All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the shop with the CFORCE 1000. We got Mr. Joel here, and me and Joel have been testing clutch kits on the CFORCE 1000, and we're almost where we want to be to have a completed kit to be able to sell you that we like the most to optimize the CFORCE 1000, which, by the way, is already a beast. But we wanted to show you how to install the kit and how to reclock the secondary. I know we have several videos out there, but it's been a while, so we're going to show you because we've had some people that haven't quite they've had problems when they try to do it on their own, especially on the reclocking. So we're going to show you exactly how to do that and not mess up, and also just how to install everything. But anyhow, we're excited about the results of this clutch kit. It's an absolute monster, and it's even more of a beast with this clutch kit right here at Main Street Cycle. So Joel's going to show us what to do here on the CFORCE 1000. And just a plug in here, remember this procedure that we're going to do on reclocking goes for every machine in the lineup. Is that right?
Yep, every one of them.
Every one of them. So we're going to reclock that, show you exactly how to do it. So if you have a CFORCE 400, 500, all through the lineup, including a side-by-side, you're going to do the same thing right here. So your sizes may be a little different, but they're all pretty close to the same. So Joel's going to talk about that, and here we go.
On your primary, the threads are backwards. The outer bolt's going to be 18 millimeter on all of them. The nut on this one is a 30, but 600 and some of the 800s and stuff have a 32. It's also backwards threads on it, to the right this time. Yep. I mean loosening.
Yep. It's actually righty-loosey on this one, so on your primary. So remember that. Now listen, we do want to encourage you that if you don't have confidence in doing this, even with following the video, which we're going to do it step by step and show you how to do it right, but if you still don't have the confidence to do it, bring it here to Main Street Cycle. Definitely worth the drive, and we'll do it for you. So. I got in the way there. All right, so we pulled that off, and remember that there's going to be a spacer most likely, and maybe a washer or two, but those are for spacing. And then your bearing is in there, so you can leave that there. Don't. If any of it
does come off though. Bearing. This is your spring seat.
Yeah, just leave that on.
Metal washer.
Metal washer, if you have
one.
And
then plastic.
And then a plastic one. Just be careful when you pull it off the first time and pay attention to what was there. You don't want to lose it. So just leave that there. You'll pull your spring out and your primary, and now he's going to take off the secondary. That's a 36 millimeter. And now that is lefty-loosey on the secondary, righty-loosey on the primary. So keep that in mind, remember that. Also pay attention to the belt here.
All the factory ones will have the lines on it which rotate with the motor here.
Okay, so that will help you. You always want to put your belt back on correctly. The factory belt has the arrows.
The aftermarket belts won't have an arrow, but you want the writing on the top where you can read it, not where it's backwards.
Okay, got it.
Secondary, not all of them have it, but this little shim here,
yeah.
Some of them have that. And pay attention if it falls off, it'll get it out of line and make it pull when it's idling and stuff.
Okay, so those are just to line it up, shim, so each machine may or may not have one.
Have two and not one.
Okay, got it. So y'all keep that in mind. Now we're going to go to the workbench and show you how to reclock it. All right, boys, we're about to show you some stuff on the primary real quick. We got our clutch kit here that we've been testing. We're just making a few changes, but we're going to show you what to do when you actually get your kit from Main Street Cycle.
And on this, you don't really have to know right this second, but this little mark here, the little pin, there's not one on any of the other ones, but it lines up with the line on the outer part of here. And it's also got one on the back sheave on the folder, but we'll show you when we get back over there. Pull this off, don't lose these.
Alright,
Just get your screwdriver and push them out.
removing the weights. Just press them out. Alright, so after you have pressed all the weights out, you want to not get them mixed up with your new weights. So we'll set them to the side. We get our new weights out of the kit that you'll get from us at Main Street Cycle. And we will put those in. And you just simply press them in all the way. Do it with your thumb. Boom. And we'll do that to all the sliders. Also, just a note, you can take advantage of this time and clean out any belt dust, any debris at this time when you have it all apart.
And these sit in here like this, which will be sit flush against this because they slide out when the RPM come up and then lay back in.
Yeah, and that's what shoves the ramp plate and moves your primary in and out according to the RPMs that you're running at.
Then here the lines here.
Alright, just putting the ramp plate back on and lining it up. Boom. Line. That's it. So that's done.
And then the spring will go in here.
That's right. So now we can move on to the secondary. So remember, you can get this tool right here at Main Street Cycle. It's got the all thread and the plate, and all you'll need is a vise at your home, and you'll be able to do this no problem. So put your secondary into the tool and run that down, and we have to compress that down. It's a 3/4 inch wrench, and you will shove it down just enough to get your snap ring pliers in there to take that snap ring out. Alright, now you'll be able to simply back it out. Now if your secondary isn't seated level and you got this in there crooked, it could catch as it comes up and kind of give you a hard time. So there should be tension on this tool all the way up. Now you see the spring decompressing. There is a key in a keyway, like right here.
It didn't fall out. It may or may not fall out.
Sometimes, that's right. Sometimes it'll fall out. You don't want to lose that little key. So at the top, you may run out of threads, and you'll just have to hold some tension down on this part, and so you can unscrew the nut the rest of the way. So he just set his snap ring over to the side, got the key. Now we're going to, this is the reclocking part now.
The letters are on the bottom here, A, B, C, and D. Then you got this little thing here that sits in the hole.
Yeah, make sure this goes in the right hole. So we put it, it was already in B from factory, so we're leaving that in B.
Then I'm going to 3 with this one, but based on what how you're riding and what kind of tires and stuff would do that.
That's right. We primarily have liked the results of either being in B3 or B2, but when you get your custom kit from Main Street Cycle, we'll have instructions in there based upon your tire size and some different things to tell you what we recommend you reclock it to. But on this particular situation, we're going to B3.
On your keyway, instead of having it on the opposite side and then having to fight once you get a lot of tension on it, go ahead and get it almost lined up pretty close. It don't have to be perfect.
Yeah, this is important. Yes. So you should be able to freely turn that bottom part of this sheave, and Joel is recommending to have that keyway already somewhat lined up with this right here. So before you get started on compressing it.
Don't forget to put your snap ring back.
That's right. So we went, snap ring is in, and we moved that notch to B3, and in stock it was on
B1.
B1. Okay, so we went from B1 to B3, and that's written there as you can see. All right. So, and sometimes we'll tell you to go to B2 depending upon the your particular setup for you. But anyways, take it away, Joel. All right, he compressed it down by hand and just to get the nut started. And now he's going to run that down and make sure this goes down straight and even, or it'll get cocked on you and cause some problems. Alright, we didn't have any problems coming down. He's now going to line up the keyway so he can put the key in.
I say, before you run this thing all the way down, you want to run it down just where this is able to spin over the top. Then here's where your keyway being halfway lined up is going to help. It's almost lined up now. Put your keyway in, you'll spin it around to where it lines up.
Oh man. Alright, so he's got it. I hope you can see that on camera. He's got the keyway lined up with, you're not going to be able to see it from down there, but he lined that up and it's not all the way down yet, and he made it where he can slide the key in there no problem. So now you got to run it down the rest of the way.
Just a little bit.
Okay.
And then you're going to hold this bottom and spin the top one clockwise to the right. Everybody's having a problem pushing it this way, and it actually pulls the spring apart instead of actually putting more tension on it. Or either just running it straight down, which defeats the purpose of even doing this. But it'll start usually somewhere in the middle, and you'll have to pull it all the way around to right here.
Yeah, very important right here, guys. And he's holding it with that opposite hand after he twists it. And now you got to bow up on it, especially when you're in B3. And Joel's done several of these. He makes it look easy, but this is very important, and this should end up right here, and that's where that's going to ride.
And then this will have tension on it.
Yeah, it should have a lot of tension right there. Okay.
Then you run it down far enough for your keyway.
Yep, got to get it below, low enough to where you can put your key, your snap ring back in. And now he's going to raise that up, make sure this is lined up where it'll sit right. So that's it. You are now done. So that's how you reclock it. That torquing it just a while ago, and you spin it which way? Clockwise, right?
The top plate clockwise. You hold the bottom still.
Hold the bottom, turn the top, and that's very important.
But you can also tell where these start getting wear at. See if you can see it when I hold it. See that?
Yep.
You can also tell, you always spin it where it'll end up laying on that side.
You want to lay on that same wear plate. Alright. So that's it on reclocking. And then you just install it back on your machine, and we'll be ready to go. Alright, so now we're back at the CFORCE 1000, and we've got our secondary, which we just finished reclocking. And he's got this tool here that you can get at Main Street Cycle. This is what we definitely recommend getting to keep in your box so that you can do belt changes. You can take your machine apart, the secondary, take it off easily, and all this does is spread your secondary apart to loosen your belt so you can get that out. So you definitely want to get one of these tools. We recommend this over using a bolt. That way you can take the guesswork out. Plus this is hardened, and you ain't got to worry about it breaking off in there, or you over torquing it, stripping it, doing all kinds of mess. Just get this tool, keep it with you, and you can't go wrong with that. So we're going to line this back up. Remember to put your belt back on correctly with the arrows pointing the right way. And now he's just going to take that out. I'm going to get on this other side of you. There we go. Alright, so that's in. And we're going
new spring.
New spring goes in.
Then you'll find your marks like we was doing over here.
Line the marks up with your back sheave, and
if you can see it there.
I don't know if it's going to pick up on camera.
It's right there.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be able to see it on the camera, but you want to locate this same line. Show them on this sheet one more time. Oh shoot. Trust us, it's there. Hold on. There it is. Okay, you can see that little B line. You can reach around and feel for that notch, and then you just line that back up as you put your primary back on. And then you're going to have to hold tension on the primary, push it in, and thread your bolt on. This is actually lefty tighty, so you're going to turn it counterclockwise to tighten it. Alright, so once you get your, remember this is righty tighty on the secondary, and that's lefty tighty. So we're using the impact because we're still testing. We're going to be removing this if we don't like the results, but you can find the torque specs in the service manuals, not your owner's manual, but a service manual, which you can also get those manuals from Main Street Cycle as well. So it's going to be different per machine. But we're going to use this impact here. Also some Loctite as well once we are finished with our testing. Very important that you do that. So remember, this bolt as well is lefty tighty. There you go. So we're going to finish doing our testing, but as far as the install of a kit, oh yeah, remember to tighten up your, that's how you tighten up your belt as well. You just make a few turns here and it will tighten up for you. And then you put your belt cover back on. So hope that helped you with the install of the kit. We're going to finish testing and end this video when we are happy with our results. We're playing with the weights and the springs, and we're going to finish this kit up. We'll end this here in just a moment. Alright, so Joel has been out here testing. He went to some testing areas where you've seen us ride. He's coming back. I hear him coming. I wonder what he thinks about the changes we've made. Oh yeah. Oh crap. Oh. Well, it didn't do that before. What you think?
Helped a whole lot.
Really?
Yep.
Oh snap.
In the mid-range.
Mid-range, it's a lot better.
Power loss. Like
so the changes we've made so far. Changes we've made so far is great.
Mm-hmm.
So you think we've got a winner finally?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Well, I'm going to test it as well, and but by the time you have seen this video, the kit is ready to be purchased at Main Street Cycle. You can go to the website, or you can text the number, the Main Street Cycle number, and you can get this clutch kit that we have tested, that we love and recommend for your CFORCE 1000. So let them know that you saw this video, or tell them that Blake sent you from Real Talk Power Sports. I'd appreciate that. And you can get this kit right here. We've been testing it, putting a lot of time into it, and we think we have found what we like. So like I said, by the time you see this, it's ready, and you can call and order. It'll be the finalized product, and it's been approved by Mr. Joel himself. So you know if he likes it, it's good stuff. All right, so I'm on stock clutching. Joel is on the MSC clutch kit that we have finally finished testing. We're going to show you the difference. All right. 1, 2, 3. Hey, so you just kind of left out of the screen, man. Like they didn't even see you after the takeoff. Hey, I'm going to try to hold the camera and hold on tight and film you gap this thing. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. I took off just a little bit quicker. Yeah, you still, yeah, you caught me and then pulled from me. Golly. All right, one more time. I jumped them on that one.
1, 2, 3.
That is insane. Oh man. All right, we're going to take off in four-wheel drive this time because Joel is just spinning the tires every time and I'm getting traction. All right, on you.
1, 2, 3.
Wow. Yeah, it's pulling, son. That is awesome.